Hello and welcome to this channel. I am Dr. Anshu coming back with the today's 8th April Hindu editorial analysis. Here we will cover about the front page covering the LPG cylinder prices by 50, petrol diesel exercises raised by 2, about the starting the with the Indian dices pluses a trade wars, fear grip on global markets, with a thought of the day also. Second page is covering the civil disputes turned the criminal cases, says the breakdown law in UP. And the Tulip Garden is now open for the tourist, for the visiting there. Next is, here we'll seeing the data of how the police view seen the custodial torture in India. Next is the article related to the shaping the future ready workforce. Sixth is a case of fair seat allocation in a different aspect. About the delineation we've already discussed, but this time the aspect is a little bit different, presenting more data there. Sixth is about an NCD can strike early health risk, not so important but I've covered it. Jagdish Kumar retired as a chairman University Grant Commission. Last is the Trump's reciprocal tariffs are economic bullying China. And last one is the Pampan Bridge. Just I found the picture important, how it is working, so I added it. So let's start with the front page. So starting the frontline news cover that how the trade wars continue and how the stock market just decreasing low at it is Black Monday. So here the global stock market root out deepened on the Monday with the fear of recession rose after China retaliated with US tariffs. Sensex fails by 3% while Japan Nikkei was down by 8%. Hong Kong Hang Seng plunged by 13%. The graph shows here decline on the Monday. Various indices on decline on Monday. So Nifty here is minus 3.24. BSE Sensex is minus 2.95%. FAT index is 4.38. COPSI South Korea is 5.57 and minus 7 Nikkei. Hang Seng Index Hong Kong minus 3. So how it is the economic trade war leading to the recession in the country, and there is a decrease in the global market. So the when the Trump government imposed the fines like taxes of tariff taxes of 34% to China, they slam back with the 34%. Then but the US now has increases it. So now the United States will impose additional tariff on China, and it's a 50% effective from April 9th. And this is said in Truth in Social Post. So sombre mood was Dalal Street was also reflected its fear among South Korea, Hong Kong, China. So it is influence of global clues, and the markets opened over 5% down. Precious closed down Friday, gradually recovered, and the frontline indices closing with loss of 3%. So there's a loss already. And Land Rovers of a subsidiary Jaguar Land Rover JLR has a half exported to US, and Kotak Mahindra Bank was down its 4.3%, while the MMN fail is 4.1%, and Infosys was down to 3.75%. And Nifty Sensex indexes which recovered during the day close to 162 down 7.43 points. Meanwhile it is a 3.2%. So these all are about. Next is the LPG cylinder prices by increase by 50, and petrol diesel exercise raised by 2. So it is announcement here. In our country, when there is election is nearby, then the prices are decreased, but when election is over, the prices are increased here. So how the government has imposed the liquid petroleum gas by rupees 50 on cylinder in both subsidied and non-subsidied categories, while it is noticed to increase in excise duty of petrol and diesel by rupees by 2, and there is no impact on retail prices. So excise duty is now 13 and 10 liter for a petrol and diesel. And the natural gas here about the natural gas Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri exercises the duty was raised to compensate the oil marketing companies. So increase for selling LPG cylinders at a loss in spite of steady increase in gas prices over past few intentional. So this exercise increase is intended to compensate the oil marketing company for 43,000 crore. And as a loss on a gas part of their business. So to increase the economic, they have increase these all prices here. So next is about here the tulip garden we already discussed here. That was already Asia's largest Indira Gandhi Memorial Tulip Garden, the largest tulip garden in Asia, set to the Zabarwan Hills in Srinagar on a Monday, and garden is open for the season. So you can also visit there on March 26. So next is the civil disputes turned criminal cases. CCI says breakdown of rule of law in UP. So here the Justice Justice of Sanjeev Khanna on Monday observed that the ordinary civil dispute are being converted into criminal cases day by day out in Uttar Pradesh, so reflecting complete breakdown of law and other machinery in state. So even the civil issues cannot be turned into offences. So there is a complete breakdown of rule in Uttar Pradesh, and how this is heading a 3 judges bench, including the Sanjay Kumar KV Vishwanath, observed the remarks come during the hearing about the appeal filed by Debu Singh and Deepak Singh against the Allahabad court. So the case is about how to declining the quash related to the criminal case filed against them, and duo facing a check bounces. Case has suddenly found that themselves charge sheet for criminal offences, including a breach in trust, intimidation, criminal conspiracy, and their counsel said registration of criminal cases was employed to reach the speedy resolution dispute. The Chief Justice has said the police officer investigating the case should be made to stand with the witness box during the trial for move to check the matter of bounce into criminal cases. So how this cases is turning into criminal cases, and it is absurd. So the civil issues cannot be turned into offences, and there can complete breakdown of law. So it's a good implementations by the government, taking the cases in their own hand. Next is the one more case is about the Kamra's protection extend to High Court to plead today. So here the protection is connection with the case registered in the Khar Police of Mumbai for allegedly surrender the comments on the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ekanand Shinde. So this is all about. Moving to the next is. So here the data will show that how the police view custodial torture in India. The chart here is the how it is virtually behind the bars. So in recent year, concerns over police brutality and custodial torture has been intensified, fueling debates about justice, accountability, and human rights. So how finding the recent study on a sorry. So, the study analyzed the responses from 8,276 police personnel across 82 locations in 17 states, including Delhi, provide enabling insights of culture into abuse behind the closed doors. So, the table 1 here shows that nearly the violence is acceptable for a police to use violence against suspect of serious offences. 63% 3 police personnel 63% agreed, out of them 22% strongly agreed, and 41% moderately agreed, and 25% are opposed with the idea. So if you're in the system, even all the places are doing same, but also if you're in the same, if one person wants to, but they can't go against them. So how the cases is like there is the first line of the writers discussing about nearly that 49% said that it's a verbally abused or threatening. It's verbally abused and threatening with a such as thefts is justified, with 32% endorsing slapping. They do just slap. It's a very common that slapping them, and even a 9% even supporting the use of third degree methods. So such support for such violent method increased dramatically, and that is the cases such as rapes, murder, while 50% of approved slapping suspect more than 55%. So here the threats and slapping or using light force are common, like 26% people's of person said the suspects are threatened, 34% happens sometime, and nearly 2 in 10 out 18% says that. So here the is about the table 4 says that 18% said slapping or light force is common, and regarding third degree methods, 10 in police personnel mix such as extreme violence occur. 16% said it happens sometime. Additionally, 1 in 3 respondents reported that investigating officers frequently use coercive tactics. So the finding reveals that nearly 4 in 10 police personnel believe that reporting of a custodial torture Custodial torture should be mandatory, while a similar proportion supported it being mandatory in some cases. So while the majority supported reporting that a fact that largest group favored it only sometimes suggests the level of hesitations or unconditional acceptance. So first is like fully agrees 22, somewhat agrees 41, somewhat disagrees 13, fully disagree 22, and stable to source that justifying violence and arming police support, crime against the national security such terrorism is strongly agree 42. These are data. So how there are about the responses of how they're agreed or not. Like rape cases or sexual assault 34, 13, 50, 20. Serious violence like crime like murder. Case against a history sheeter is 28, 29, 16, and the natural offences toward the accused while investing petty offences is 49, 39, and toward the accused investing serious crime rape murder is 55, 50. So table 5 police of a view of mandatory reporting. Table 6 would a legal protection encourage the police to report violence. So how it is police are taking the judiciary in their hand and just taking all the custodial deaths behind, and already we have seen the data about which states are mostly in reason. Like Gujarat, it's 80% where people died in custodial like tortures. Gujarat, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh also. Bihar came in at very last stage. So it's a very like the condition of the person living in the jail is a very it's very bad, very worse conditions. So it's not a, so this should be a difference in the people that are like the Britishers that during rule reacting to, with criminals in the same stage of torturing them. There should be some leniency also. Like here also data of a light slapping, light force, third degree beating souls, applying red chilies powder, making persons sit in murga position, keeping a person thirsty and hungry for some times, overall constabulary ranks, upper subordinate, and the almost you can say that the lower rankers, lower level of peoples do some more what, like at like constable will do more 36, upper subordinate rank 42, IPS level 23. So these data is also, and it's 44 for overall 44, constable 41, sub upper subordinate 50, IPS level 35. So moving to the next is about shaping the future ready workforce. So the World Economic Forum, this important data of World Economic Forum. So it published the data of World Economic Forum Future of Job Report 2025, Future of Job 2025 of a world future skills. So index contain critical insights into the state of India's workforce, its preparedness for a future, and address the opportunities in shaping the future ready workforce. So their finding accentuate the urgency of aligning the educational strategies with rapidly evolving the demands of global economy. So the finding is that the future of job reports highlights the significant forces driving global labor market changes by 2030. So among these technological advancement, demographic shift, geo-economic fragmentations, economic uncertainties, and green transition stand out. Technological changes and digital accesses are anticipated to play a crucial role, like 60% employer identifying them as a major driver. And at the same time, 50% employer doing the economic factors, 50% the employer expect to do economic factors, and out of the such job as a job displacement to reshape the industry. Climate change mitigation is a dual force, energy environment fields, business model, and point to dynamic labor market characterized by job creation. 170 million new jobs are projected, and 92 million roles could be obsolete. 92 million jobs are obsolete. So in response to this shift, employer have a prioritize the workforce training, wage increases, employee well-being. So nearly 59 out of every 100 workers skills such as analytical thinking, resilience, technological literacy. So emerging a role as a big data senseless, AI engineers are expected to see a substantial growth, highlighting the need for a world workforce equipped with the advanced technical and cognitive skills. The emphasis on the upskilling indicate that educational institution must proactively prepare the students for a competitive job market. Equally important is the integration of soft skills such as emotional intelligence, adaptability, leadership into professional development. Also the QS World Future Skill, it's a QS Future World Skill index complementing finding, ranking second globally in the terms of preparedness of AI green skills. India demonstrable a considerable potential. So the report reveals the stark gaps in a workforce, like supply side indicators, and although India excels in able to identify the recruit for future focus skills, like 99.1 score the future of work parameter, the future of work parameter. And also the opportunities is like the finding emphasis transformative opportunity for India to align its education system demands to bridge the skill gap, identify the educational institutions, multi-pronged approaches, faculty capacity, infrastructures, equitable accesses, fostering robust collaboration. So universities must embedded here these competencies into curriculum through the interdisciplinary courses. So a green curriculum is a imperative. Institution could establish a specialized center for sustainability and research, offers courses on green technologies, practices, and encourages the student-led community initiative that address the local environment issues. Collaborations, private sectors, industry players contribute to funding scale. The faculty development is another area of reform. So the government must be spared as systemic reform, skill development, research, urban rural dividing. So India's higher education system must undergo a paradigm shift to remain angle, and government must foster enabling policy environment. Next is the case for a fair seat allocation. Here the writer is discussing about, we already discussed about delimitation of article of like 81, 82. But along with the 81, 82 article, we will discuss with the article 1 and how it is related to the Union of States. So the census is being hotly debated in country. In fact, it is being wrongly referred to as a delimitation in all public debate. So commission of only after census is taken, and under the article 82 of constitution, the completion of census is required pre-adjusted so as to reflect the increased population in a number of states. So what is the formulas they are wanted to apply? Like they have said that like the most important point is remember that there is increase in population of a country was due to the failure of some major states such as in north in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar in implementing national policy in population control, and also the result is abnormal increase in population of these states. So the population of Uttar Pradesh is 97 little over 8.38 crore, so it is have to gone up 24.1 crore in 25. Similarly in the population of Bihar is 4.21 crore in 97, which probably reached to 13 crore in 25. So the idea behind is not raising the strength of Lok Sabha. It's not about the strength of Lok Sabha, but it's about 26 is give time to states which registering the huge increases in population stabilize so to readjustment the seats would not create a serious imbalance. So the southern states want to implement a population program successfully and arrest the growth in population. In 1970, the ratio of number of Lok Sabha seats allotted to state and its population is almost same for all states. Like thus in all major states, population was base of 10 lakh. So that time 10 lakh was taken as a base for all states. So the picture has changed drastically. Like article 81 is followed in creating the huge divergence. How it is creating a divergence? Like in northern state and southern state, there is a number of division of northern and southern states. So example, the population of 24 crore Uttar Pradesh will be entitled to 240 seats. 24 crore entitled to 240 seats, which will threefold increase from present 80 seats. So whereas states like Kerala only get 36 seats in the place of 20 seats at a present of its population has increased only by 68% over past 50 years. So there want like a change of 50 lakh per constituency. To see the ratio, there is a change of 50 lakh per constituency. Uttar Pradesh will get 160 out of 240. In the place of 80. Whereas Kerala may get only few seats more than present 20 seats. So incidentally Kerala is being seated as the lowest group. So the another calculation resulted like 1950 was 372 million and it was Lok Sabha it was 489. So the Readjustment of seats was done as per mandate of Article 82 of the Constitution and repeated after 26. So, assuming the strength of Lok Sabha is going to raise from present 543 to 800, the capacity of Lok Sabha chamber in new parliament is reported to above 800. The average population of parliamentary constituencies will nearly 18 lakhs. And Tamil Nadu will gain a mere of 4 seats, where Uttar Pradesh will gain as 54 seats. So what are their ideal solution like? What they want say then? That they said that a fair formula for readjustment seats is that to take a state which has registered lower increase in population. Okay, as a template, figures in Kerala is a state in the which south has a lowest growth population. So the population of Kerala is 2.14 crore in 1971 and it has gone up to 3.6 in 25. So which is increased in 68%. So this can be considered a reasonable growth population in last 50 years. So 68% step number of seats will be. So what is the like the 60% step up? It's a 60% step up states can be reasonable for basis readjustment. And Uttar Pradesh will gain 134 seats, Kerala 34 seats, Tamil Nadu 66 seats. The way represent the equations among the states. But of course, the formula will make Article 81 to says that the ratio between number of seats in the population state shall be same for all state and irrelevant. In fact, it had become irrelevant long back. A formula that was laid in 1950 will cause a serious injustice in 26. The allocation seats in Lok Sabha is not a political constitutional principle on the basis of bound the federating unit or group of such unit. A sensitive approach is necessary to deal with ideal issue. The Article 1 of the Constitution proclaims that India shall be union of states. On the basis of equity in the terms parliament, we should try to live up the implication of constitution scheme. So this is all for this article, that you can't deny that they are telling that just having on the basis of the population of 1971 just giving the seats to 134, but it can't be. Already the article says that article 81-82 that which says that the ratio between number of seats and the population of states shall be same for the all state, irrelevant. In fact, it had become irrelevant long back. Of course, a formula was laid down in 1950 will cause serious injustice in 26. So allocation seats in Lok Sabha is not a political issue. It needs to be done on the basis of constitutional principle of equality, of course. So this article is covering this. Moving to the next is that NCD can strike early health risk post menopause, says report. So it's a non-communicable disease. So the Apollo hospitals have indicated that non-communicable disease often begin early sometime, even in childhood, adolescence, or which is significant in a rise in diabetes, obesity, fatty liver, hypertension, increased health risk for women post-menopause with significant rise. So the 2.85 lakh students identify the recognized NCDs on their onset early in life. So Apollo Sign Foundation initiative for 2.85 lakh students, and these are the data here. About 54% obesity rose from 76 to 86%, fatty liver 54 to 70%, hypertension rose from 15 to 14%. So another concern is that rising burden of fatty liver. 65% of 2.5 lakh individuals screened had fatty liver, 85% non-alcoholic. Fatty liver is now classified in metabolic dysfunctions associated chronic liver diseases driven by obesity, diabetes and hypercholesteremia, not alcohol alone. Next is not so important, but just go through it, this article. Jagdish Kumar retired as a chairman of University Grants Commission. So it's a Mummy Dala Jagdish Kumar has retired as a chairman of a University Grant Commission. Now Mr. Kumar promoted to the principal of National Education Policy. So there should be chairman to supervise and director at the upper level of the appointment here. The UGC announced a new set of regulation line of to recognizing the granting equivalence of academic. So UGC grant and equivalence foreign educational regulation now recognition of qualification obtained from off-source campuses of a foreign institution. Mr. Kumar promoted NEP consistently through his policies and speeches. So speaking at the event, the spirit of NEP, Mr. Kumar said, let the student think freely without constraint, discipline boundaries. And one of the most debated decision is Mr. Kumar tenure was discontinuation of UGC. UGC care list has been replaced by set of parameter for choosing journal. Next is about the Trump's reciprocal tariffs are economic bullying China. So the Trump already put the reciprocal tariff, the tariff that is put in the country was back to by him, and already the tariffs are typical unilateralism and economic bullying, as told by the Chinese foreign minister, and also there's additional 34% of tariff on Chinese goods, and the total bringing the total duties on China is to 54%. China retaliated, and Mr. Lin deferred to other bodies' question whether China would engage in negotiation to the United States, and have been collecting Mr. Trump unilateral 10% tariff on all imports. So it is the abuse of tariffs by USA, and it's a tantamount to depriving countries. This is a bridge here defecting about. It is first opened in 1914. That is served for 108, made by the British, Pamban Bridge. So I added it, found it a quick like a memorized chart type of this picture. So it is implemented for 100 years, next 100 years, and it is 7.5 meters, 16% were open the like time taken to operate the lift. So these are pictures, just have go through it. So that's for today. Let's have a summary and ending this session. So the front page is covering about Indian indices plunges at a trade war fear grips in global market. LPG cylinder prices increased by 50, petrol diesel exercises by 2. Next article covering Tulip Garden and civil dispute turned criminal cases for CGI breakdown the rule of law in UP. Third is the chart where shows we have a detailed analysis about the police view custodial torture in India. Fourth, we have the shaping the future ready workforce. Fifth is with the case of fear secret allocations. Trump reciprocal tariffs, economic bullying China, and last is the this. So thank you for today's editorial. Tomorrow we'll meet with a new. Tomorrow we'll meet with the new editorial. Till now, stay connected, stay healthy, stay safe, and summer is also in the works, so take care of your mental health also. And if you're new to my channel, just subscribe to it and be updated for further future current affairs. Thank you.